Tonight is the night. But what do I think is going to happen? Let's find out. Roll titles! Good morning, afternoon or evening everybody! Tonight is the night and welcome back to a brand new video. We are of course talking about what is going to happen, my predictions for the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest Grand Finale. 26 countries are competing tonight to find out which one will be crowned Eurovision champions, either once again or we might even get a new winner. We simply do not know. And in this video I'm simply going to be saying my full top 26 list on where each country is going to finish in this year's competition. Now I'm going to be basing this on a few things, partly my personal choices, but mostly down to what the pundits think, what the bookies think, what the certain polls of think, which of course only make up 1% of the entire vote. But nevertheless, I'm going to try my damn hardest to see which particular countries are going to end up in which particular positions. I'll try and make this as smooth and as cool, preferably as brief as I can, because at the end of the day nobody really gives a mad, shall we say, about those lower in positions, the bottom half of positions, like say 26 to 30, 26 to 14 even. But nevertheless, we're going to see how it all pans out. So exciting! But before we begin, be sure to smash that like button as hard as you can and subscribe for more if you haven't already done so. Otherwise, let's get on with it. A quick reminder of the countries taking part in tonight's grand final. We have, in performance order, Cyprus, Albania, Israel, Belgium, Russia, Malta, Portugal, Serbia, United Kingdom, Greece, Switzerland, Iceland, Spain, Moldova, Germany, Finland, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Ukraine, France, Azerbaijan, Norway, the Netherlands, Italy, Sweden and San Marino. So in order to move this kind of swiftly along, I'm going to be starting off with the bottom 6 countries. And actually I'm just going to plonk, well, first of all, grab this up. Look at this scoreboard of mine. But anyways, I am plonking 26 to 20 just right over there. And I'm going to firstly point out that I think the Netherlands, unfortunately, as the host, even though they're in a quite a good position, they're going to come stone dead last, simply because they are crowded out, absolutely crowded out in the most fantastic songs and a very strong competitive lineup in this year's competition. So I just think the Netherlands are going to get completely and utterly lost. It's not that good of a song, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Why it's okay, but it's not like complete standout or anything else like that. So yeah, sorry, I know the Netherlands want to do well obviously, but I think they're going to end up last. Germany quickly, second to last, because for some reason people want to feel hate. I was originally going to put the UK absolutely last, simply because of the staging, like Jesus Christ, but I'm going to be slightly bold and say third to last, but unfortunately I think we're going to end up in the bottom 6 positions again, which is Spain 23rd, Albania 22nd, Moldova 21st. So yeah, those are the bottom 6 countries. And we'll move on very quickly to the countries that are placing 20th to 16th, and they are Israel in the 20th position, Portugal 19th, Belgium, as much as I want them to do well, I think they'll end up in 18th position, Finland 17th, and Bulgaria, I think, a rather disappointing 16th. I don't think they're going to do that well. The bookies aren't putting them up there. Most of the pundits aren't really voting for them. So I think they're going to end up in a rather low position on this occasion. And now we move on to positions 15 to 11. And I'll briefly mention them. And position number 15 to start off with is Norway. And then followed by their neighbours Sweden, position 14. I don't think they're going to do that particularly well, if I'm honest with you. 13th will be Greece, unlucky for them, I guess. Number 12 will be Azerbaijan, and just missing out on the top 10 would be San Marino. So those are my thoughts for the bottom side, or the right hand side of the board positions for this year's contest. So let's go on with the top 10. In 10th place, I'm predicting Russia, La Russie. Simply because Russia tend to have a rather good record when it comes to like even just making it to the grand final. They've got that Eastern European bloc to to help them out. I don't think they'll get a lot of votes, but they'll certainly get like a good chunk of, like, say, around about the 2 to 3 points in consistent form, so or at least 5 points in consistent form for some of the rest of the countries. So I'm expecting something good from Russia, especially with the manner of their song. So I reckon a solid 10th place for Russia. I reckon they'll just sneak in there. In 9th place, I am putting Iceland. They're fairly late on when it comes to the first half anyway, so they'll be well remembered. And I reckon it will be a nice, solid, strong performance from Iceland. I know they won't actually perform on the night, but people will still vote for them because they actually performed on stage, which is what they preferably want to do. So fingers crossed Iceland hopefully do a little bit better for my sake, because I do obviously quite like it. But I reckon a nice solid 9th for Iceland. In 8th place, I am putting Switzerland, La Suisse. Tipped by many from the bookies prior to even the rehearsals beginning to actually win the contest. It is purely their simple, pure, disappointingly weird staging that they'll make a lowly 8th place on this occasion. I reckon it'll come in the top 10, but down on the lower end of the scale. For me, why on earth did they mismatch the staging and the song? The song is amazing, but by God, the staging. Jesus Christ, Switzerland, what were you doing? That's why I think it's getting 8th. In 7th place, I am putting Lithuania, La Lituanie. It's in a solid position in like the near end of the board, but of course it will be kind of forgotten about from other strong songs in the second half, but nevertheless, it will still stand out for many, especially with the and all the rest of it. So it will be a standout performance for Lithuania, that is for sure. It will be well remembered. 7th place. Number 6, and just missing out on the top 5, is Cyprus, La Chypre. It's a very good song and it's very solid. And of course it'll open up the night fantastically well, but I reckon it'll only just miss out on the top 5. It's a solid top 10. But maybe it will just squeeze out on the top 5. But don't be surprised if it does end up in the top 5, because it's amazing. And what an opener it will be. So 5 countries left. Time to build up the tension. In 5th place, I predict France. La France. Whilst I get the bookies not want, but I get the bookies building this up like anything. More often than not, we've seen the bookies build up France like anything in the past, but for some reason don't do as well as what they are hoping it would, or expect that it would. And I think this is going to be another one of them. Whilst they will get into the top 5, I think they are guaranteed top 5 for me. I don't think it's going to do as well as what they think it'll do. I think it'll be another case of missing out again and probably not doing as well. I wouldn't be surprised actually if they'd only just miss out on the top 5. Come to think of it, it'll be kind of in between. But for me, I think I can personally see it guaranteeing top 5, so at least a 5th position for them, which I think overall in terms of the stature of things and the bookies and polls and all the rest of it will be disappointing for them. So that's just my opinion though. La France, 5th place. 4th place is, in my opinion, Serbia, La Serbie. This has been absolutely worlded from the world over. They've got so many followers, they've got so many people watching their performances, and they'll have that massive, massive block of votes where in that little region where Serbia are, virtually every single country barring one are not in the final. So they will get the strong vote from there, and I can definitely see it placing very well from the rest of Europe. I don't expect it to win, but I expect it to do very, very well indeed. Much as I'm not a big fan of it. I personally am not a fan of it, but I expect Serbia to do really, really well. So 4th place for Serbia. 3rd place into the top 3. Which of those 3 countries are getting my 3rd place? Well, let's remind ourselves what the 3 countries are, and they are Ukraine, Italy, and Malta. My 3rd place, or the 3rd place that I predict is going to come 3rd, is Malta, La Mud. As much as there is fantastic strongness from the bookies, from the pollsters, everybody loving this one, it hasn't done that well standing in terms of its remembrance from the running order. whilst I can see this doing very well again, like Serbia, its position in the running order, I think, will make it forgettable, but I think it will squeeze into the top 3 simply because of people absolutely loving it on the night, especially with her slaying it. And I do really like the song, I'm not going to lie. She'll belt out her voice like anything. The whole staging will look fantastic. The whole thing about it will be absolutely amazing. But for me, it's 3rd place. Well, at least I predict it to be 3rd place. Right, so Ukraine or Italy? Which is going to be top? At least in my predictions, as far as I'm concerned. I can tell you my 2nd place, the country I predict to be 2nd is... As much as I'm a real big fan of it, I think it's Italy who are going to end up in 2nd place. I reckon they'll only just miss out. It will get a huge follow, especially the fact it's so late on in the draw. I think it will absolutely stand out in that sense. But I'm predicting Ukraine to win the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest because it's come out of complete left field. The performance and the staging is absolutely amazing, and position 19 has been a recent winner. 2011 Azerbaijan came out of nowhere. Ukraine 2021 position 19. I think it'll be a case of history repeating itself. It will come out of nowhere. Ukraine, I think, are going to get their 3rd ever victory in the contest, and it's in a language which is not English. I think that could stand for something, especially with the calibre of song it is, and it's ever so present in staging. I think it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Don't forget, the lead singer herself is only singing with 1 lun. How about that? But nevertheless, I predict the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest winner is Ukraine. And of course, the rest of my top 26 board is on the left there. And with all of that being said, please do let me know what you think. Who is your winner? Who do you predict to win? And who do you think is going to do better or worse? Is your favourite going to do better or worse? Whatever. Please do let me know in the comments below. On a side note, as a personal preference, I would rather have, as an absolute favourite, I would have Italy winning, but I wouldn't mind Ukraine winning. It is such a belter. Italy's my favourite, and I would say Ukraine's my 2nd favourite, but I swapped them around as far as an actual prediction is concerned. But in any case, otherwise, let's look forward to tonight. Reaction video to come, probably I would say in the morning or something like that. But in the meantime, smash that like button if you like this particular video. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? Subscribe down there. If you want to see a little playlist of all of my initial reactions to this year's competition, then it's over there. And ring the bell to please get notified about my latest videos if you already subscribed. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you in the reaction video for 2021 results. Toodaloo!